Hey everybody, this is Jean-Paul from the rock band Clutch, and you are watching Rock Flesh.
Okay everyone, welcome again to ROCKFLESH.com at Bloodstock Festival 2024, and we've got, from the mighty Clutch, Jean-Paul! Hello, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You guys playing a little bit later, aren't you, in a couple of hours?
Yep, we
Excited?
are. Not yet, but I'm going to be now.
You guys have been rocketing around the festival scenes, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
So it's a little bit tiring, I guess.
No, it's going to be great. This is our first show. There's always that extra layer of excitement, you know, when you haven't played in a while. And we've been on an airplane now and sitting around in a bus for several hours, so now it's time to freak out.
Like little caged animals, ready to rock, ready to go for it. Yeah, excellent, good stuff. So, thinking about playing like festivals like Bloodstock, how do you go about thinking about the set lists for these kind of things compared to, say, if it's your headline tours?
Well, I'll just start by saying that we change the set list every night. So on each show night, a different member of the band is responsible for the set.
Yeah.
Tonight just happened to be mine. So I made a set before we left the house, and we actually got together on Monday to rehearse. So we ran through a few of the songs. We're going to be doing a tour later this year back home in which we play the Blast Tyrant record in its entirety.
Perfect. Yeah.
So that's something we have not done before. And in order to get ready for that set, I included some Blast Tyrant songs that we haven't played. And Impetus is on there as well, and some other things that I thought would be appropriate for Bloodstock.
I was going to say, because that's one of the things, isn't it? Like, especially when you're a band as far-reaching as Clutch are, with regards to different genres, different audiences, how much you kind of, curate the sets and the feel for those kind of festivals.
Sure. At this point, we have a very deep catalog, as you mentioned, and so we cover a lot of bases in our music. So when we have the opportunity to play a sort of a heavier kind of a show like this, we might include some heavier songs, or if we're feeling kind of ornery, we might do the very opposite, and play our not heavy songs. It just depends on who's making the set and what they want to play that night and what the environment is. There's no real set rules to it, which I think it keeps it fun for us.
I was going to say, definitely that kind of like switching up the set so much keeps it fresh.
Sure.
I mean, that's one of the things often ask bands about is like, do you ever get tired of playing certain songs when it's the same songs over and over? And that's the ultimate way, isn't it, to keep it fresh?
Sure.
Really.
Yeah, we even just putting the song in a different part of the set just lends a different kind of energy to it. And we're also the kind of band that doesn't play the same way every single night. Sure, the songs have their arrangement, and that we always stay true to the form for the most part.
Yeah.
But as a drummer, I have a lot of room for interpretation, so I play stuff differently, every night, really.
And I think that's just testament to the musicianship of the band,
Yeah, or our inability to remember the parts. Either one.
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? It's kind of, which way are you going to look at it kind of thing. I suppose one of the things I've always wanted to ask you is, what's it like playing drums on that stage each night and watching Neil almost preach to the crowd?
Amazing. It's incredible. My job, I feel, is I wear a lot of hats. One of them is just being a fan. Just watching the band and just knowing that man, I'm so fortunate to be in this band that has so many great songs. I very much appreciate that part of it. But there's other stuff going on in my head too. I'm always listening to where everybody's at, who's rushing and who's dragging, and where's Neil going with the vocal. I kind of feel like, in a way, my job is sort of that of a sheepdog. I'm keeping everybody together. I'm also there to protect the beat too. If I hear something that might interfere with the music in some capacity, I'll do everything I can to avert that.
I like the idea you're the band's shepherd.
A little bit,
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. No, excellent. I'll tell you what, let's do some fun questions, because I know you guys must do a lot of interviews, so try and come up with different questions.
Okay.
So, if there were to be a biopic of the band, who do you think would be best suited to play you in the movie?
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. God, that was quick. I love it when people answer the questions quick, because I'm like, is that because it's the first name, or is it because they think about this a lot, kind of when they're on tour,
No, my dad was a big Clint Eastwood fan, so I remember watching Dirty Harry movies and some of the old cowboy movies too. Yeah,
he's a great choice.
Yeah. So he's fun to watch, and I don't think I don't look like him at all, and I certainly don't have his ability. But yeah, it should be Clint Eastwood.
I was going to say, he's a good enough actor to, make the role his own kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. If you could, I mean, is there anyone as a band you would like to collaborate with that you haven't had the opportunity to?
Somebody we would like to collaborate with. Yeah, well, I just saw Michael Ackerfeld, who I have not seen probably in 10 or 15 years even. We've done a lot of shows together. I very much look forward to seeing Opeth tonight. I think they're super talented guys and amazing songwriters. So, yeah, maybe it would be Michael Ackerfeld.
Yeah, that's good.
How about that?
Good. That's a good answer. Writing, recording, playing live. What order of preference would you put, or what order of enjoyment would you put those three things in?
I sometimes I find one or the other maybe more frustrating or time consuming than I would like it to be. But it's all part of the process. It's you have to experience each part of the journey in order to fully appreciate each one. I can say that because I've been doing this now for 33 years, and
exactly.
I've experienced a lot of experiences. But ultimately, playing live is definitely that is our job. Number one as a band is to go out and play the gigs. So that is the most second nature to us. Writing is different each time we do it. We're sort of writing songs now for the next record. There's never a set way in which a song comes to life. So that part can be head scratching, and it can be frustrating at times. And then recording the songs is a completely different mindset altogether. You sort of feel like you're under a microscope as you're playing drums, and it's a good exercise because after each recording session I feel like I'm a better drummer.
Yeah. Do you do a complete kit, complete take, as it were, drumming for each track?
That is the goal.
Yeah. And then go back in and click fit in each snare hit where it wasn't quite right.
Right. We try not to do much
because you can get away with.
Certainly,
it's your sound.
Yeah. And there are many drummers who have grown up making records in exactly that way. And I can't take away from those records or their talent, because they do things and are able to hear things that I can't. I just
it's a certain knack, isn't it? Certain skill for people.
No, I've always been the kind of drummer who strives to play the take the entire way through. These days we'll use some digital technology where we might compile 2 or 3 takes, and then we might really kind of dice up one little particular part. But for the most part, when you hear the records, they're performances the whole way through.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And I suppose that's the thing, thinking about the kind of the writing, the recording, the performing live, that it is, as you say, that complete cycle, the complete journey, satisfaction points and frustration points in each of them, but actually being able to play those songs that you've written the first time to the crowd must be like one of the best moments.
No doubt about it. And just to speak further to that, we often will put new songs in the set list, just for the experience of having to just trying these new forms out on the bandstand, because that's really where you immediately understand. At least speaking for myself, I know if the tempo's where it needs to be. I know if if where I'm swinging it is the right place to swing it, or maybe it needs to be straightened out. I'm listening to the vocal, and I'm listening to what I'm playing, and I'm thinking, am I making that vocal be the best thing it can be?
Yep.
So all this stuff happens when you play something brand new in front of a crowd, because the crowd is going to react. So that's a vital part of the process for us as well.
And exciting, because it means that even when you're taking that song out to the crowd, it's not complete. It's always, I feel like it's never complete, because you can always adapt, change to whatever that feedback is.
Absolutely, it's the song is never really done. You know, even after it's recorded, when we put it on stage and play it from night to night, it's, as we said earlier, it's an evolving thing.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you for spending some time with us.
Certainly.
Jetting in and then straight into these rooms to do interviews is much appreciated. What can we expect from the next 12 months or the next couple of years, even with you guys, if you know?
Yeah, well, we'll wrap this kind of short tour up next week, and then head over to the States, and we will do about 6 weeks over there with Rival Sons. And that'll be the tour in which we play Blast Tyrant in its entirety. So that'll be a fun run, and then we're just looking to write. I would expect that we will probably not do many gigs next year. I think we'll probably focus more on trying to make the best record that we can make.
Awesome, brilliant. Oh, well, as you say, we've got a massive back catalogue, but we always want more. Because us music fans, we're greedy. Sorry, it's as simple as that. But no, thank you very much for joining us. It's been absolutely awesome having a chat with you. And obviously, they're set from tonight. The massive Clutch set, photos, review, this interview, all of it will be on rockflesh.com. So thanks everyone. Thanks Jean-Paul.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.